Question of the Week from the Naked Scientists.
Hello and welcome to Question of the Week. I'm James Titko. This week's question comes in from listener Daniel.
Hello Naked Scientists, my name is Daniel from Norwich. My question is, if you could travel in time, could you go back further than the Big Bang, the current thinking that defines the beginning of the universe as it is today? Thank you.
Thanks for this one, Daniel. Now, as far as we know, the laws of physics don't allow us to travel backwards in time, only forwards. But we're going to indulge the hypothetical, and for that, I'm going to need some help. Here's Toby Wiseman, theoretical physicist at Imperial College London.
The question really is, was there time before the Big Bang? And the answer is unclear, but there are various proposals. So one of them, one that I personally quite like, is one due to Hawking. And Hawking says that actually both time, space, and all the matter in the universe was created in a quantum event. And really, you can't think of time existing before that.
Can I ask you to define a quantum event as best you can?
By quantum event here, we really mean the universe, if you like, was measured. So something somehow came along and measured the universe and forced it into a state. So we know in quantum mechanics, you have to measure things and then they decide what they want to do. And the idea here would be that the state it was in is such that when we look at it today and we look back, it appears that it was just created at this instant, time along with space and matter. So time was born with the Big Bang, with the whole universe, and there was no before.
For this theory to be true, we kind of have to be comfortable with the idea that something came from nothing.
There are indeed other ideas out there. One, such as the multiverse, which is quite popular, definitely suggests there was a before. So in that theory, the whole of our universe emerged from a tiny, tiny patch of some rather strange primordial space and time that was cold and possibly very quantum. But then, for whatever reason, something caused our tiny patch to suddenly inflate in size incredibly. And then after that, it then heated up and formed what we call now the Hot Big Bang. And that's a popular idea as well.
And then people may also be familiar with this bouncing cosmology theory, the thought that the universe didn't begin 13.5 billion years ago, whatever, but there's a sort of passage of the universe expanding and contracting throughout history, I suppose.
Absolutely. So this is more like a sort of mythological idea where there was some pre-existing universe before ours that collapsed into some sort of singularity, a big crunch. And from that, a bit like a phoenix rising out of the ashes, our universe was then born and begins again. And in some ideas, that is a cycle that repeats and repeats. In other ideas, maybe it only happens once. The honest truth is we don't really know which, if any of these, is the correct proposal at the moment.
We tried our best, Daniel. I suppose the sticking point here is that this is where we're at in physics, so to speak. We've got our theory of general relativity from Einstein and how we understand space-time and the physical world, the macro level. And that doesn't quite match up with our understanding of the very small things, the quantum world, which is what we need to get into to understand the Big Bang. And until we find a way of kind of joining up these theories, that question is going to remain a mystery, isn't it?
That's exactly right. In order to understand what happens when space and time are very, very small at this sort of earliest epoch, then we're pretty sure quantum mechanics is important in understanding that picture. And that's exactly what we don't know, how to combine Einstein's theory of space and time with quantum mechanics. And there are many proposals now, but it's still early days for all of them. And perhaps one day we'll know the answer.
Thanks, Toby. That's Toby Wiseman from Imperial College London. Next time, we'll be answering this question from listener John.
I was waiting for my flight from Durban to Johannesburg to take off. I shuffled my playlist and ELO's Last Train to London came on. The first lyric is, "It was 9:29. I checked the time and it was 9:29. I have 493 songs in the playlist totaling 34 hours and 19 minutes. What are the odds of this happening?"
Don't worry, John, we won't let you down. If you have a question like this you'd like us to find the answer to, please send it in to chris@nakedscientists.com and we'll take a look for you.